Hello, everyone. This is Across the Gap, right? That's the name that
That's the
we
name
went
of the
on for,
podcast, yes.
right? I'm Mukil, and
Yeah, I am Gabriel.
yeah.
You can call me Gabe, though. Yeah.
So a little bit about us. We are both. Well, what do you? Well, I'm on a gap year, because I just graduated from like college.
I took a gap year, but I didn't graduate.
But you, but okay, but
Well,
he's
I'm
still,
going
he's,
to graduate
he's
soon,
still
but
he's still in school, you know.
still in school, you know? Trying to make me feel better.
No, I also graduated like a year early, so
This is for all you guys looking for the concept of the show. Well, this kid already graduated, and I'm still trying to get there. So that's kind of what we're trying to do. But yeah, it's probably going to be the best podcast of all time, you know? Once this is done.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be
No, but
there.
at least we're doing it, you know, like.
Yeah, well, do you want to tell the people a little bit about yourself?
You want to start? I mean, there's nothing really interesting to say about myself.
I mean, I already kind of said it for you. I mean, you know, you graduated college in under 4 years, which I think is a major accomplishment. But
Yes.
I'm honestly on my way there. It's probably gonna take me a little more than 4 years, honestly, which is normal, by the way, because I guess the normal age that people graduate college is like around the world. It's like mid-20s, 25 around. So how do you feel about that statistic and where you are right now as a 20-year-old just graduating?
Wow, that's deep.
You're not
No,
supposed to say
I
that,
mean,
but
like.
okay. I told you I've been prepared for it. What, do you think I was just playing around?
Well, no, I mean, I don't know. I was thinking a bit more fun, but
he wasn't expecting. Yeah, I don't think you were. Were you not expecting that good of a question?
No, I will say, I will say with this about graduating early. It's like it has its like benefits and also its like its curses. Like, see, I'll say this. So, I graduated a year early, so 3 years. All my friends are still in school, like they're still at UMass, and again, secondly, like UMass is such a party school that like everyone is partying all the time, and I'm not gonna say that I didn't, and I have a bunch of friends that do, and they still do. I graduated UMass when I was 20 years old, so I didn't even hit a single bar at UMass.
I love how that's like the main thing about you.
Well, it's not it's like we have a bunch of like academic people there, but it's like it's a party school.
I know
like,
it's a party school. I mean, when I was there,
it
had a crazy environment. Like I remember seeing these clubs with lines around the freaking block or whatever. It was freaking crazy.
Yeah.
I never saw anything. I was like, this is a school. People actually go to school here.
Yeah, no,
that's what I'm saying.
It's like a college town. Like it's a small town, and like everyone there is pretty much like there's 28,000 undergrads there, and like half of them are like over. Actually, I wouldn't say half are over 20. I would say like 1/3 of them are like over 21.
I once heard someone tell me that someone who went to UMass Amherst. They said that UMass Amherst for that specific, I forget what year it was. This was like 2022 probably. They said it was like the second most populated area on the eastern coast, other than New York City or something like that. I don't know if that's accurate, but how do you feel about that statistic that may or may not be true?
Second most
populated area on the East Coast.
No.
You don't think that's true?
I don't
know if it's true either. I just heard it. Someone told it to me.
No. I think you might be confusing with second most population density wise.
I think that's what I meant.
Yeah,
that sounds
second
more
most
correct. That sounds
densely
more
populated because UMass
Well, there was a housing crisis, right? There was like forced triples and forced people living out of freaking hallways, right? That's what happened.
That's.
I met a kid who was living in the hallway one year. He said, "Yeah, my first year, bro, I was I was just living in the what's the communal space called, like
in
the dorms,
the lounges."
Yeah, the lounges, but there's like a name for it, like the study area, something. I don't know.
It's like the lounge.
There's people living there, dude. Like, you believe that?
Well, that's okay.
There's people living there.
Okay, that's not the hallway though, but
or look at one of our buddies. Remember, he was in a forced triple.
In reference, in the years of what was that, 2022 to 2023.
That was like post-pandemic.
So this is post-pandemic. That's first thing. This is when we were in our sophomore year. well, technically sophomore, junior year for me, but so I'll just say sophomore year. So that year was really intense because UMass they admitted the same amount of people, but a bunch of people accepted their admission. So it's not that they over admitted; it's just that they didn't have enough spaces for everyone to accept their admission. So that year was COVID, and a bunch of people decided that they wanted to go to the state school because it was cheaper rather than the public school, and UMass wasn't like really equipped with that. So a bunch of people were in like forced triples. Legally speaking, that was allowed because the rooms were actually like the law was you needed like I think 70 square feet per person, and like UMass was pushing it with 210 with 3 people, so it was legally allowed to happen. But yeah, like people were living in like a forced triple. Our study lounges on the floor. Actually, not in the towers.
That can be good for keeping up with the academics when you're living in a freaking hallway.
I mean, it wasn't the hallway though. I mean,
it's basically living in a hallway.
Well, it's not,
dude. It's it's like the hallway of a hotel.
Listen,
you ever been to a hotel?
They had a door. They had a door that could lock. They had a
doors.
Window. No, but no one was actually living in the hallway. Like
not the hallway, like the study areas.
Yeah, the study.
You know
the
what
study
I'm talking
areas.
about?
No,
like I forget
areas,
what they're called, but
the study areas had doors. Like they obviously
like the communal space. I forget.
Yeah, they had doors, but
they had a name for it when I dormed.
But they had to replace like the doors that don't lock with the doors that do lock because some people were living there. But it wasn't any time in the towers. It was just like the low rises there. But
whoa, that must be hard for this. I mean, imagine you don't even have an actual room, and you got like class every morning. You gotta wake up. You gotta do all that.
I mean, no,
sounds
but
like a struggle for real. I would be like, bro, I'm living out of a freaking shoebox.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay, I will say for the forced triples, like it kind of felt like that.
Well, yeah, one of our buddies was in that.
Yeah, but the thing about a forced triple is that, like, it's really dependent on your roommate. Because I can
I remember we had problems with our buddy when we stayed with him. His roommate didn't want us staying with him. Remember that?
Okay, okay, that one was actually on him.
That was definitely, yeah.
So I'll actually explain this. So in our sophomore year, him and like 4 other kids came to UMass to celebrate Halloween weekend. Okay.
Halloween weekend.
Yeah. So, but here's the thing, I didn't actually live with my friend here. I lived in like a huge like fucking suite.
Apparently, you were supposed to house some of us that night, but we all ended up staying with our one guy.
Right. So here's okay. So the thing is my suite is so big, like it's really big because I lived in the honors college.
Oh wow, you had a bigger suite and you still didn't let us stay in it. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I would say the housing crisis didn't affect me, but at the same time, this is also a time when I was also the president of like residential housing. So it kind of affected me in that. So it was kind of like
And for those who don't know, Mukil is the king. Of Zoomass.
Okay, no, but I'm not gonna say that.
I'll say it. I said it. You didn't have to say it. I said it.
No. But here's the thing. So this is actually really funny. So they went to a party and I was just crashed out and tired.
I remember this. Oh yeah, you were tired.
Yeah, I was tired. No, I was tired, and then they all like.
Yeah, you were really tired by the time we got there.
Yeah, they all no, because I didn't even leave the room. No one woke me up before going to the party, so I was just like standing there, and I was like, "Yo, what's going on?" And they already were at the party, and I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna retreat back to my apartment and play Minecraft because whatnot." Because secondly,
dude, this was like nighttime, bro. What do you even go back? This is like when we first got there. We're seeing you for the first time in like months, and you just want to go back and play freaking Minecraft on your phone or whatever.
Nah, bro.
Like at 5.
No, but it's not, bro. It's Minecraft. It's not that.
I know it's Minecraft, but still, I mean that was an expensive game back in the day. I remember it was like $9.99. Remember that? $9.99.
I think it was always
for
free.
A game. It wasn't always free. There's the light version, and then there's the pro version.
Yeah, I mean no, but I wasn't playing Minecraft on my iPad. I was playing on my laptop.
I think on the laptop.
On the handy dandy
on the
Mac,
laptop it might be free, but yeah.
Yeah, but I was like, okay, you know what? Screw it. I didn't want to really go back to a party and like getting into a UMass frat party is like kind of.
It wasn't that hard, bro. we went to like 3 that night.
But I like during the time when I was thinking about it, it was like, okay, it's like I'm not gonna go.
I just remember that trip. Like we all stayed in a forced triple. There was like 4 of us, so it was like 4 of us plus 3 other people who lived in the dorm, and I slept on the floor one of our other buddies slept in a chair.
Yeah, exactly. No,
One of our buddies brought his girlfriend with him. They both slept on the floor.
no, that's what's crazy because they were supposed to come stay at my place, and I called them. I was like, "Dude, dead ass, get to my walk to my apartment." And these fucks were like tired, the entire time. I was just like,
that's funny.
and I was like, "Dude, you got to get there because it's already a forced triple, and you're adding 4 more people to the thing." I was just like,
yeah, well, that was a trip to remember for sure. But yeah. What happened the next day? We went to that unnamed party.
Yeah, so this is a frat that I go to all the time because I have a bunch of friends there, right? So and he got in because he recited the frat's creed.
I didn't even have to recite it. Actually,
Yeah, it was like he just said he was from.
I just said I was from because I kind of was at the time.
Yeah, a frat from UMass Boston, and we like got in. It was like okay, we were there. Like we were actually enjoying it. It was probably one of the better
took
parties.
pictures. I sent them to all my boys. I was like, yo, I made it.
No, it's like it's only us two that can go in because we couldn't all go in, so it's just us two because we ditched everyone else.
Yeah, friends
right.
Are,
But no, but the thing is the idea of our friends like actually having fun is like different from us having fun.
Oh my god, I remember how they acted at this freaking house.
They were pissed. I was like,
they were pissed.
It was like,
who was pissed? The frat people?
No, our friends. Our friends were pissed that we went there without telling them, and then.
Oh yeah, because I forgot it was just me and you.
We totally ditched them.
But I didn't care at all. Bro.
No, because there's no way. Like Halloween is supposed to be fun. See, I'm not a big Halloween person, right? But
you kind of have to be when you go to that school.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I didn't go this year because again, I'm not a big Halloween person. But
you could have gone with us for the record. Just so the people know.
No, yeah, but like no, but you guys were going for like, you were there for at most.
Bro, we still had a good time. I'm not gonna lie, it was a good time.
I know you did.
We saw our buddy from.
But the thing is, I don't think I would have been hanging out with you guys at the.
No, I got you, but I mean, do you think like party culture is like overtaking like actual academics nowadays? I'm not like obviously. I feel like because I don't go to a big school like that. Yeah. Like I go to like a small like commuter based school, so it's like, do you think it's like with the more like on campus schools, like the partying has gone a little bit out of hand because they have all that freedom? Because it's a lot of freedom when you think about it, especially if you're living away at home for the first time. I
will say, like, freshman year for everyone was, like rough. Because everyone was experimenting with
and not only that, a lot of our like, not, I don't know if it's our generation, but our demographic, like, this is, like, we got that first-hand freedom from being locked up in our homes.
Yeah, exactly. From COVID,
you know what I'm saying? So do you think that had an impact on things, like COVID?
I mean, I couldn't
I
really
impacted everything, right?
I mean, I couldn't, going to, like, a big school like UMass, which is known for partying, but now it's, like, it's more getting more academic, but it's not, like, that's not, like, a bad thing.
Yeah, they're getting really more academic as you left.
It's, like, it's not really, like culture-wise, like, UMass diverse. Is known as Zoomass. It's, like, everyone's a fucking wild animal, but
everyone's a wild animal.
One of our chancellor at the time,
chancellor.
Yeah, like for the 10 years that he was there, I don't know how long he was there, but while he was there, he was trying to make it like a big like research school, and it really did become one. Like you can find like insane level kind of research.
I know UMass. You know, my father went to UMass. You know this, and he told me a story the other day that I can't believe.
Yeah.
He said he was like, you know where our buddy lives. Forgot we're not doing names, but yeah, you remember where our buddy lives in like the center of Amherst? He said. He said during I think it was I don't know, during whatever war was happening at the time. Yeah. My dad was a student, and he saw someone light himself on fire in protest.
Welcome to Massachusetts.
Welcome to Mass, man.
No, it's.
It was in protest though, because he was protesting a war. I think so. I think that's safe for work. But yeah, I don't know. Like it just goes to show that some people just do crazy things when it comes to when you're just alone and you're just you have no real restrictions. When you have an insane amount of not an insane amount of freedom, but even just like being able to eat whatever you want, being able to do whatever you want, because no one's like most of these kids, they're like from a certain like demographic where it's like they grew up with their families and they had, I mean, most likely the parents are paying for college because of how expensive college is nowadays, So it just makes you think like how much freedom is too much freedom when you give it to people.
Something to think about.
Something to talk about. So respond. How do you feel about?
Yeah, I mean.
Well, well, let's take a step back. Like your freshman year, right? We've talked about your freshman year before. Like,
Yeah.
Do you think you took advantage of like that freedom you had for the first time? Because you didn't come from a strict household, but it was like you have to live up to certain expectations. I feel like, right?
Yes. No. No. I will say my freshman year at UMass, like, it maybe took like a month for it to kick in because I was trying to make new friends, but like the second I got it, it was like I went all for it.
That's another.
I was having
thing.
a lot of fun, but at the same time, it was kind of a new feeling for me because, again, I didn't like. Although I wasn't in like a totally strict household, there was like it was somewhat kind of strict. It was just like being at UMass. I was just like being like a totally different person than I would be if I was like back home. And honestly, I will say like it got me out of my shell. Really, it's like I don't regret the stuff that I pulled in freshman year.
But yeah, dude, like that's another thing about college. It's like super, like your social circle just like goes like insane sometimes. You're just meeting all these people, especially if you live in the building. Like you can meet like 10 people in one hallway. Some people like literally just pay for the experience. Like when it comes to college. How do you feel about that?
Okay, I do have a lot of opinions on that one.
Yeah, because that's what my mom's. Well, not my mom, but like I know a lot of people that have told me they're like, yeah, like college is like where you find yourself, like the old college try. You try things, you find yourself. But at the end of the day, is it worth all that money you're paying? Right. Just meeting people where you can meet people at any other social setting?
So, here's my opinion on that. So, obviously, you pay for college. This doesn't like paying for college is paying for college. I'm not gonna like say that one college is.
Well, it wasn't always expensive. That's the thing.
The thing is like with state schools. Since I'm from Massachusetts, like paying for UMass, it was cheaper than going to like what? Let's say like one of the schools, any
NYU, right?
Any school in Boston, like except for UMass Boston, like
yeah,
like. Any school it's definitely
like $70,000.
It's definitely like really cheaper compared to any school in Boston. And let me tell you, there's a bunch of good schools in Boston.
And I think UMass is bigger than like pretty much every other school in Boston when you think about it.
Like bigger how
like there's just more land. No, I don't know about people, but because I mean, UMass Boston has a lot of students because they're commuter schools. So
UMass Amherst is a small town. Like it's pretty huge for what it is.
It looks huge for what it is. It's like
it's probably bigger than any other school.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because of like how like the residential areas house like 14,000 people. Like that in itself is huge as hell.
So you think it's really situational when it comes to that? It's like different. So it's like different social settings for different. Because I go to commuter school, so it's not really like that. You just kind of go and do your thing and leave. You don't really talk to people like that. So
yeah, I mean. Here's the second thing. So, when I was looking at schools to go to, so UMass was like, I really didn't. When I was going to UMass, like I really didn't want to go to UMass, because at the time was like, oh, I'm better than this, But
yeah, we're gonna act like you still don't have that mentality today. I'm better than all these other guys.
No, I mean, no, I wouldn't say. No, I don't think I'll be honest. Like I think I sometimes have that mentality. I try not to, because obviously everyone's good at something, and I'm not good at things that other people do. I'm good at my own thing. I will say that.
Man.
But going back to when I was touring for UMass, I was talking to my uncle, and he went to Columbia actually, not NYU, but he went to Columbia for his master's. He's from India, but he went to Columbia for his master's. And I was talking about like NYU and because at this point I didn't get into NYU. I was waitlisted at this point, but there was like a good chance I was going to get in. At least I thought I did. So I was just like talking to him about it. He's like, the thing about a city school, especially NYU, is like you're literally just a poor college student living in the city. Like you're not
That's
like
true.
like it goes to any city. Like if I went to like
Well, not even just that. Like I got into Syracuse and like the tuition there is freaking insane.
yeah,
You know,
like
and that's
you're a
like
poor student living in a big city, right?
yeah.
Like either way, like you're going to go to a school. Like if you go to UMass, it's like you're not a poor. Well, you might be a poor student. You're probably a poor student. Like
all college kids are poor.
Yeah,
bro.
all
That's
college
what I've
kids are
learned.
poor because they're
unless
trying
you're
to.
unless you're just built different and like just hustle every day on the side. You know, that's a possibility.
Actually, there is a girl at UMass that I know that.
Oh, okay, we didn't
that
even
that's
go down that rabbit hole on this podcast.
That's no. She's like an actual like Instagram influencer.
So she's an influencer. So she's not like a
No, like
she's like on Instagram.
Well, she's legit.
So she doesn't have like that other
No,
that
she,
other
like-
site that we can't.
even
That
name
site we
names.
can't name.
I can't even name names.
We can't name names for
but,
anything. That's why.
She's like an actual influencer. Like she tries on clothes. Like she has like over like 100K.
That's what I'm saying. Like unless you're Livy Dune or Livy Dunn or however you say
Livy
her name.
Dunn, yeah,
Is it
Livy.
Livy Dunn?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know how to say her name, but like unless you're making like commercials that I've seen, like bro,
Yeah,
I've seen Livy Dunn in commercials like on the freaking like during the NBA
yeah, but-
finals.
Yeah, but
I think she promotes Prime too with Logan Paul or something like that. I don't know.
too much brain rot for me here.
Yeah, that is a lot of brain
lot of
rot.
brain
But
rot,
like, but she's a college student, is what I'm trying to say, and she's like freaking going to the white parties and shit.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy, but yeah, that is a little bit of brain rot, like celebrities and
But
all that,
going
that whole
back
industry.
to going back to the point of being a poor college student, it's like in Amherst, it's like everyone's poor, and the only people there are just the people from UMass.
That's true.
It's not like in a city where you have like people that are working 9 to 5s, like people, college kids, homeless people.
But yeah, dude, I mean, honestly, it's not. I'm just more not astounded, but I'm impressed with the way that you kind of did that whole balance between school and having fun. Because I've seen, you know, you seem like you had a lot of fun during school, you know. So I'm like wondering how, like, how'd you really get down? Because what I've learned about college is that it really comes down to nothing else matters unless you got time management skills. And I feel like you kind of nailed that. So how did you sort of come to like really hone in on your time management skills when it comes to like, you know, partying and especially going to school like UMass, which we talked about how a crap ton of parties. So how'd you manage to, you know, balance it out and honestly and manage to do this accomplishment, you know, graduating in less than 4 years?
So the main thing about me at UMass was that it allowed me to see the world in a different place. I will say, like, when I went to high school in my town, I don't know if I want to name it right now, I will say it was not a popular person. I would say, like, I was kind of memed on a little bit.
That's
pretty
fine,
much destroyed
bro.
my confidence right there. I will say when I went to UMass, like,
Confidence boost.
it wasn't even a confidence boost. It was like a clean slate. Like no one knew who I was except for like some.
I've
some
heard that a
people-
lot in colleges too.
Yeah.
Like it's a place where you can reinvent yourself.
No,
is what a lot of
exactly.
people
It's-
say. I kind of did the same thing, but yeah, continue.
I will say like, the second I did one extracurricular and like it was like a residence hall election. Like the second I won that one, my confidence like maybe I can actually pull something off. And then it was just a chain reaction. Like I did one thing after another, and then it just kind of went from there. And I will say like, it allowed me to really think about like what I could do. So
Like expanded your perspective almost.
yeah, I would say like the balance between having fun and being academic at UMass, it's like personally for me, and I think it can work for almost anyone, is just learning to know when to do which, you know, like learning to balance, which takes some time. You know, it's like you're always gonna like stumble, because I would say my freshman year is probably a worst year for like academics in
Of
general.
course, that's the most experimental phase
Yeah,
in like
exactly.
a college kid's career. I think
No,
the freshman year, that's
yeah.
like when you're trying everything out. You
I
don't
will
know if you
say,
got
like,
transfer or
yeah.
not. Like it's a big like, you know, self-discovery thing, especially that first year of college. You know.
Yeah, I mean, my freshman year was just consisted of like making.
Would you
new
say you kept a low
friends,
profile at first?
Yeah, Yeah.
for sure.
No, for sure.
I definitely
yeah.
did too, because I remember when I first dormed, I didn't have a roommate, and that's kind of why I mean, that was at a different school.
Yeah.
I don't go there anymore for various reasons, but I didn't have a roommate, and I feel like I didn't have anyone to tell me no, so I just kind of got a little carried away with the partying, as most kids do. But you know, I mean, I kind of wish I had that person to be like, yo, like chill, you know.
Yeah.
But did you have a roommate your freshman year?
No, I lived in a single, but
Oh wow. Well, I guess you didn't need that person.
yeah. I mean, the way I did it was I actually just met. Like I had a friend. She's one of my closer friends now at UMass, but. Okay.
Yeah, continue.
Because
No,
he knows who
no,
who I'm talking
yeah,
about.
obviously that's why I'm laughing. You don't gotta tell the people, bro.
For different reasons, but
Continue.
they're just gonna watch this and be like, "What the hell?" No, but I would back in the day. I used to go to their room because honestly, I had no friends and I didn't want to.
Dude.
Well, okay, it's not that I didn't have any friends. My friends were in the honors college at the time, and I wasn't living in the honors college.
Oh yeah, it's a different breed of people, man.
Yeah.
Like,
So I
honors
was
kids.
just living in this like.
Were they honors kids in high school too?
I mean,
Any of them? Because I know you. Yeah, I know you were.
I wasn't an honors kid in high school.
You weren't in high school. Weren't you in like the top 3?
No.
I thought you were in the top 3.
No,
man.
bro. Dude, I was dumb in high school.
I thought you were like one of the smartest
that's-
kids that come out of that high school.
No. That's the craziest thing. People think I'm automatically smart because of how smart I was in college, but I wasn't. I was actually like probably like a little bit above average. It
You're
wasn't
dumb as hell.
No,
we
but,
love.
Yeah,
being
but
friends,
I will
yeah.
say, like, going back to my friend. I used to go to her room, and her roommate at the time it's a roommate now still, but her roommate is now more of like my best friend there. But yeah, I would be visiting their room, and then their room was like the hub for everyone to come and pregame or like, just on a regular random night just be there. You know, it was.
I got you.
It was really fun. Like, don't get me wrong. Like,
No, I got you. Like,
I actually enjoyed. I'm actually happy I did that because it actually brought me to my friends today at UMass. So.
yeah, would you say everything happens for a reason?
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, I think
My
so
my
too.
life would have been entirely different if I didn't go to UMass, and I'm really thankful for it. And
I mean, yeah.
going back to that, it's like they have fun all the time, but I also know when to like hang out with them. Like if I have like school happening, like I was always on that because the first semester I got a 4.0, and that also gave me a confidence boost, and I was just like, all right, let me
impressive.
aim that. I mean, next semester was kind of a little bit.
Let me aim for a 5 or a 6 or a 10.
I was next semester was kind of a little bit more rough, I will say, but
you always bounce back.
Yeah, I bounced
you always
back.
I mean, you clearly bounced back because you graduated in a surprising amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, graduating early doesn't really matter if.
I think it does matter to
mean-
to the extent that I don't know anyone else who graduated in less than. I mean, I barely know people who graduate in 4 years. So the fact you did it in 3 is something to to look at, be like, oh shit, like.
I will say graduating early is like, as I said before, it has its like benefits and its like curses.
Well, yeah, that's like everything in life, though. It has good and bad. There's
Yeah.
positives and
I mean,
negatives.
like you should only graduate early if you're actually studious enough to actually do well.
Well, those are the only kids who graduate early. The people who have plans, usually the people who have plans and the people who, have a direction and have a goal. Like they're usually the people who graduate early because they're more geared towards it.
Yeah.
They're preparing. Like some kids, like even people like kids, like they'll be like studious their whole lives and they're working towards one thing, like since they were a kid. Like they always have that one thing.
Yeah.
And so those are the people I feel like who graduate early, the people who have plans. But the people who don't have plans are the ones like me who take we're probably gonna take closer to 5 years.
I mean that.
Which isn't
bad because
yeah, my dad did the same thing. He took
no, because
5
like
years.
you also took like a gap semester. And
Yeah, exactly.
So
And
it's not like you're
and
not
I'm also like a part-time student now as opposed to a full-time student.
exactly.
Yeah, but I just feel like everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Because like I mean, obviously there's good choices, there's bad choices, but it all makes you the person you are today.
Yeah.
Especially in college, bro. Because college, it's like there's a lot of make or break moments. I feel like it's like, okay, this moment, this choice, or this choice. It's like you gotta decide. But yeah, I mean, college is definitely an interesting thing. It's an interesting thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Meet some crazy people, dude. There was some crazy people in my building. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't miss that at all.
Be fun to a reasonable extent because I will say if you go party every single weekend, it's not fun. Okay, because you're just doing the same
We
shit
got
over and
friends
over
who
again.
we got friends who got to learn that for real. Like
No,
I'm not gonna
it's
name
like-
names, but
I will
we
say-
know who I'm talking about.
As someone who did that his second semester and tanked a bunch of his classes, it wasn't even just me. It was like all my friends. Too.
Yeah, I know.
Their
I
second
know.
semester, it was like really bad.
That's what happens, bro. I mean, I remember I spent so much money my freshman year. I spent like all my fucking money that I made like back home. You know, it was crazy. Like
Yeah.
I was just going out to eat every day. Honestly, that's when most. I remember like people spending like thousands of dollars just on DoorDash, dude. Like especially just college students, bro. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. It's crazy.
No, it is.
Because DoorDash is ridiculously expensive, bro. Especially like in these college towns, in the city for sure. Yeah, bro, in the city, bro. That delivery fee is no joke. If you go to NYU and you DoorDash something from 2 blocks away, that thing's gonna be at least $25.
Why are you door dashing from 2 blocks away? Just walk.
Cause bro, it's it's cold in these New England and New York winters.
Okay, but
You know what I'm saying? Like most college kids are lazy. They don't want to leave. They don't want to get dressed. They don't want to leave their freaking dorm.
Okay, I will also say UMass had #1 dining in the country, so we didn't actually have that problem. But I will say, I have DoorDash a couple of times in junior year.
And it was probably like $100 altogether.
Well, I wouldn't say all of that. I mean, as long as you had roommates to split it with, like, you're fine.
But I didn't have a roommate, bro. I was just
Right.
ordering mad food.
Okay, that's fair. But
And plus, I didn't where my old college was. It was like in the middle of not in the middle of nowhere, but like everything was like you can't just walk to places.
Yeah,
Like you would have
that's
to take a car.
right, that's fair.
Like yeah, but I'm saying like maybe it's different in the city, but like I feel like people are still ordering that because I remember my brother goes to school in the city and like there was like a sign on his dorm that said like instructions for like DoorDash drivers and like people dropping off food. So I think it's definitely risen in popularity.
Yeah. So to get back to the conversation, yeah, partying every weekend is not fun, but
It's not fun. Hey,
but
we
if
got
you
friends
do
who
it once,
gotta
if
know
you
that.
do it once in a while, and
Party with the right people.
yeah, literally that's the biggest thing. Party with the right people and don't do it often because no one is free at the same time.
Uh-oh.
Go during the times when everyone's
Just use
free.
your brain, bro. Just don't do
Yeah,
dumb
exactly.
stuff.
Like, also think of it in this mentality: party when you know that you need to do it. Like when
When you know you need to do it.
not
it's
when you
crazy.
need to do it. It's like if you've actually like put effort into your week and say.
I mean, when you
know
earned
what?
it, when you mean.
Yeah, when you earned it. Yeah.
So not when you need to, when you
when you've earned it.
So
like-
like keep even like some people just do weekends. I kind of get that, you know.
It's like truly think that if you actually put effort into your week and like study that much and
Then
say
you should reward yourself to some extent, whether it's partying or whether it's
Yeah,
like
you
eating
should-
a piece
no,
of
you should.
eating a cookie or something.
You
Just
should.
reward yourself.
but you shouldn't be a bum all week and say, "Oh, I want to go drink and go to a frat party
Yeah, that's
and
what
talk
I'm
to
saying.
women." And like
Yeah, you
that's
can't
like,
do that
You
every
can't do
day.
that. Like
You're just gonna waste all your money at that point.
yeah, exactly. I mean, back in the day, like we didn't spend that much
I
to
mean,
go to
still,
frat parties.
I
But
mean-
like
I mean,
now,
yeah,
if you want to
obviously
go to a bar,
not to parties, but like now that we're grown,
Yeah,
then we
exactly.
can
It's like-
go places.
like make sure you know that you've like earned it. That's pretty much it in terms of what I did for my success at
Wow.
UMass.
All right, bro. Well, that was
Yeah.
a very good introduction.
Yeah.
I think we
Also, don't party. Don't like not party as well. Like, don't not have fun.